All right, so let's talk Tales of the Empire. Tales of the Empire came out on May the 4th of 2024. Six 15-minute episodes, three based on uh, Morgan Elsbeth, who is one of the antagonists of Ahsoka and Mandalorian season 2. And the other one is based off of uh, Barriss Offee from Clone Wars, who was, for all intents and purposes, Ahsoka's best friend until she betrayed her. For those who don't remember, which I'm sure you do if you're watching this, um Barriss uh, was a bomber and a traitor in the Jedi who tried to frame Ahsoka. Let's go ahead and start with the Morgan Elsbeth stuff because she is up first. Um, much like much like Tales of the Jedi, there's a clear winner as far as which one I think is better, and it's actually this one, which surprised me. I was more excited for Barriss because I've been wanting Barriss to come back just to see where she's gone. But the Morgan Elsbeth stuff fascinated me more. This one actually felt like a tale of the Empire, um, while Barriss has definitely felt more like a tale of the Sith. And I definitely wanted, I was Tales of the Empire. I kind of wanted a little bit more Empire in there. And so kind of tells her origin story, where Dathomir was, and they've talked about this in several other stuff, but they actually show it here, the Night Sisters massacre by General Grievous. The thing is, uh, I think I figured out what's wrong with Grievous because Grievous was introduced in Tartakovsky's Clone Wars. Just a great character, very intimidating, very scary, and then everything after that, he just has not been that. He's been kind of like this mustache twirling bad guy that is not at all threatening. And I think I figured out why. Um, it's actually his voice. His voice um, in Clone Wars is just so monotone and so scary in a way. But I mean, he's more like he's kind of got like a Looney Tunes voice in everything else he's in. So I was hoping that we would be able to, you know, judging by the trailers, go back to kind of that scary Grievous, but unfortunately, it does not look like that. Um, and I have nothing against the actor Matthew Wood, but as long as Matthew Wood is the voice actor for Grievous, we're probably never going to be getting anything but a silly cartoon character. um, but as far as Morgan, Morgan is a very interesting character because um, this all stems from the fact that her mother died. Well, not died, more murdered by Grievous, in a pretty gruesome way, being cut down by I think it was three lightsabers in the episode. Uh, pretty bad in front of Morgan. So she is obviously, what I like about this series of episodes is these individual episodes kind of chronicle her fall to the dark side, even though the Night Sisters kind of already uh, dabble in the dark side. Um, this actually succinctly does it because this episode shows her fear so much. Um, so she is afraid of the droids. She's afraid of Grievous. She's afraid, and her fear unfortunately spills into these other people who end up saving her in the Mountain Clan on Dathomir, and she ends up getting a lot of their people killed because of her own fear, and she is abandoned. After that, we see that so she becomes like the magistrate of Corvus. I kind of wish we had seen how that happened, but these are 15-minute shorts, so I get it. But she is actually the one who designs the TIE Defenders, and that is actually how Thrawn is introduced to her. He's less fascinated with the design of the TIE Defender and more interested in the mind that created the TIE Defender. And we get to see Rook come back. Rook from Rebels, who is Thrawn's assassin, comes back and kind of tests Morgan, and she has that Beskar spear that she has in Mando season 2, and that was pretty cool. And the one thing that I think is weird is the HK-55s, or it's either 50, 55, or 57. I don't know which, but the HKs are already there, and this obviously takes place before Rebels, and I guess I'm not exactly sure what the production of the HK droids are, so that definitely got me thinking a little bit. But then Lars Mikkelsen as Thrawn appears, and it is, I mean, he's just great. He's great as Thrawn in Rebels. He's great as Thrawn in Ahsoka. I really wish that we could get Lars Mikkelsen to do an audiobook version of Heir to the Empire. I think that'd be really cool. And then Captain Pelayan, or Pelion. I don't know. I've always said Pelayan, and I don't remember how he says it in the show. He does say it, but Captain Pelayan does show up, so that's a lot of fun. And yeah, I mean, like this ends with her kind of getting a foothold in Corvus, and then the Star Destroyers approaching under her control. And she states that she wants revenge. This episode is anger. She is very angry, which leads to hatred. After the fall of the Empire, one thing that I like about this episode, the third episode, is it shows that news travels slow in the galaxy. The people of Corvus are not aware that the Empire has fallen, and that's really kind of what it's like, and it kind of reminded me of Truce at Bakura from the expanded universe novels, where the people who are saying the Empire's fallen is the New Republic. Why would I believe you? You're the enemy. Very, very much reminiscent of Truce at Bakura. And so they try to get Morgan to step down as magistrate, get her to surrender. She does not, and she kills pretty much everyone who came as a ambassador of the New Republic, and that's how it ends. So, um, obviously, the real ending is Mandalorian season 2, which I was very tempted to go back and watch that episode, which is one of my favorite episodes of that show, because it's also the episode where Ahsoka comes in. Speaking of Ahsoka, and by extension, her friend slash enemy Barriss Offee, the Barriss episodes, I was actually a little kind of disappointed, um, because Barriss is not Barriss is not a character that I ever thought would get like a happy ending, and by happy ending I meant more like a redeemed ending. I always thought that she would. I always thought she would die to her own hubris. That's what I always got from her. Um, and this episode specifically, where she joins the Inquisitors, I was kind of disappointed, and it was really cool. Um, we got to see them actually building Fortress Inquisitoris. Um, but my problem is I just kind of want to see more. Um, I really need a story where um, I need to see a story where we see someone go through the Inquisitor program, um, because I don't know. I feel like if you go through the Inquisitor program, it's gonna be like horrifying and painful and torturous. And by the end of it, like Barriss seems pretty okay, honestly. Like it seems like that they just like she had one fight with the Grand Inquisitor, and then one fight with another applicant, and then she was in. And I'm sure that that's not the whole thing. I'm sure there is much more to it. I just wanted to see it. And once again, 15-minute shorts. I get it, but that just makes me want this entire 3-episode arc to be the entrance to um, being an Inquisitor. We kind of jump around. It's like, okay, so here's her as an applicant of the Inquisitor. Here's her as an Inquisitor and getting disillusioned. And then here's her later on in life after she's left the Inquisitors. And I really wanted just to see all of the Inquisitors. Plus, like I said, I've never thought of her to get like a redemption or anything like that. So, to me, her kind of becoming an Inquisitor and then acting the way she does to the village people, not those, no, um, um, but the way she does to the villagers in the second episode, I just don't see it. In fact, if you go through the Inquisitor program, I don't see you being anything but what the Fourth Sister is. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to say about the Barra stuff, just because like I wasn't like a huge fan of it. I thought it was pretty interesting. We get to see more of the Fourth Sister from Kenobi. And obviously the last episode where she ends up redeeming the Fourth Sister obviously takes place after Kenobi, because she she's redeemed by the end, and that is not the case in Kenobi. But yeah, if I had to compare this to Tales of the Jedi, I do think Tales of the Jedi is better. I think they picked better characters. The Count Dooku one, if I'm to like rank the 3-episode story arcs, Count Dooku one is definitely number 1. Number 2, I'd probably actually give it to Morgan's. Number 3 would be Ahsoka's, and then number 4 is Barriss. as far as what I want to see next, I definitely think the next thing should be Tales of the Bounty Hunters. I think they need to take this opportunity to kind of give us a little bit of closure. And by closure, I mean just some more context to the closure on Boba versus Cad Bane, because we got to see the start of their rivalry in Clone Wars, and then we got to see the end of their rivalry um, in Book of Boba Fett. But we never got to see like the showdown whenever they were like both younger. And we know that that episode exists. We've seen the unfinished product, and I'd like to see that. Um, I don't know if that would be like, let's say that it's a 3 episode story arc. I don't know if that would be the Cad Bane story or if that would be the Boba Fett story. Ideally, I'd like to see Tales of the Bounty Hunters be 3 episodes of Boba Fett and 3 episodes of Cad Bane, and they both kind of like intersect. Um, because I definitely want to see how Boba Fett became the best. Um, because Boba Fett is the best bounty hunter in the galaxy by the time of Empire Strikes Back, and I kind of want to see like how did he rise up to that? How did he become the best? And then I also want to see what Cad Bane's been up to since the Clone Wars, because he was in the Clone Wars and then just kind of comes out of nowhere in Book of Boba Fett. So that's what I would do. Is 3 episodes of Boba, 3 episodes Cad Bane. Um, but yeah, we'll see. As far as Tales of the Empire, I thought it was all right. Uh, one story arc definitely better than the other, but both serviceable. My my feelings on the bear stuff has more to do with my own expectations than the actual quality of the episodes. So I can't really hold it against the episodes for that. I'm definitely uh, more excited to see more of this, and I hope it doesn't take 2 years to get the next one.